Hello there, fellow Dazzlers and newcomers alike. Razzle Joestar here bringing you, another one of these. It turns out that over the weekend of Anthrocon, which was last week, which means this video was 8 months ago if you're in YouTube time, Klace dropped the demo for Winds of Change. Yes, I've done a demo already. This is an updated demo with more stuff going on, and as you can already tell, the title screen music has changed. Personally, I like the other one a little bit better, but I can't be mad at this. It's nice. It's nice and mellow, but I kind of like the mood the other one set, but whatever. Yeah, and if you aren't aware, Winds of Change is Klace Husky's second game. I've actually been following the development of this game, and from what it sounds like, he's promising quite a bit. From voice acting to being able to build relationships with soldiers that you make friends with, and soldiers that you gather throughout the game, to being even able to romance them. Also, one of the large changes is we are no longer playing as Valessa. We are actually playing as ourselves in this game. There's been quite a few changes here and there in additions since the last time, but let's stop yammering and let's just get... Oh, okay, now the theme got more epic. I like this. I like this theme now. Alright, anyways, let's get going. I think the beginning is still the same though, but we'll see. Oh yeah, here we go. In the world of Alestia, where the spirits reign supreme.
The rebellion is in shambles. With the recent loss of their leader,
I don't even get to do the epic intro.
But this defeat was not without a victory of its own. For in his final moments, he secured an artifact of great importance. This blade was paramount to the Triumvirate's leadership of Alestia, and without it, their tyrannical grip on the people would surely falter. Having no choice, they give their Grand Inquisitor one simple order: destroy the rebellion and retrieve the lost blade of the Triumvirate. But Demick, the new leader of the rebels, has set other plans in motion. Hiding the blade in Valinor, he is confident that it will be protected. This sheltered hamlet is now custodian to the weapon that would liberate the world. And so, it would be met with a gruesome fate by the Triumvirate and their Grand Inquisitor.
Oh boy, doomed hometowns. I like it. Nice intro. Forgot to capitalize some words though if you're trying to do the Star Wars thing there. These fade outs are so slow. Everything is burning. I can do little to stop it from spreading. An immense pain assaults my head and I throw my face into my hands. The same question repeatedly plays in my mind. What am I doing here? I have no knowledge of what happened up until this point. My brain is struggling with the blanks, not gaining any headway. It was almost like, until this exact moment, I never existed. Oh no, we're not doing the thing with Exodus again, are we? Then why is it now that cognition has found me? Was there something I could do to put out these flames, or perhaps was I the cause of this inferno to begin with? A foolish thought, and one I throw away. If I was responsible, then I wouldn't feel this sense of dread. An emotion shared by those who stand beside me.
Stop that.
Pick up the pace, Seer. If we waste any more time, we won't make it out alive. There's no way the Elder would let me live that one down. She calls me Seer. It's almost as if she's escorting me. Could it be that she's been tasked with my protection? I let that thought sink in before I say anything in return.
Cut it out.
Are you even paying attention? Okay, they have like these little things they say in the text box that pops up like little. I like that. Yeah, you're right. Sorry for dozing off. You should be. I mean, look at what's going on. Did you hit your head or something? She scoffs as she turns the other way. But I know she's right. I'm not taking this seriously. It feels like a dream, and I doubt that it's all happening. A few moments later, a sudden sensation startles me. There's a firm grip on my shoulder, more firm than hers could be. It belongs to a man, and I assume that he's protecting us.
Hey,
Valessa has our safety in mind, okay? Forgive her hot-headedness for me. Freedom isn't too much farther. We need to stay calm and think this through. Two guys like us, we should have no problem. We'll be safe and sound before you know it. One thing I gotta say too is if I am like in the game, it makes more sense to have the front-facing characters, because in the first version where we were playing as Valessa, it seemed kind of odd how they didn't face each other and face the screen, so that kind of works a little better, I think. We weave through the houses and alleys to remain unseen. Doing our best to be completely silent, we bring no attention to ourselves. The flames encourage our urgency, but we're careful not to be fast or reckless. Our silence makes everything more prominent, however. The screams of those burning alive fill me with a feeling of disgust. We need to find cover, and Valessa points out a small alcove waiting nearby. Look, they're dying because they're panicked. We need to stay calm and think this through together. If we freak out, we'll only end up like them, you know?
let's see.
Icons will display the tone of your response, okay. She has a point. Our first instinct was to run, but so was theirs. We should let them face the brunt of this attack. Okay, I like this. But, I'm hoping we get smartass responses like in Fallout. Let's see. Wait, so we're gonna let them die to buy us time? Good idea, let them soak it up for us. Let's see if there's another way.
Yeah.
I agree, Ulrich. We can't sacrifice everyone to buy us time. I think the people of Valinor deserve far better.
No.
Would you rather perish with them, Valessa? That's what'll happen if you go running out there. We're not equipped to handle this on our own. You have to remember what I'm doing here. It's my job to protect the both of you. Everyone else is expendable. Yeesh. My suspicions are correct. Ulrich is the one protecting us. But why exactly are we a higher priority than the civilians? I venture a guess that we're currently in this Valinor. The pain in my head pulses again and I stumble back. As I let out a groan, Ulrich rushes over to my side. His exaggerated concern is now understandable.
Huh?
It must be the smoke. Make sure to sit down. The lower you are right now, the better. Are you having trouble breathing? I shake my head and let him know it's not the smoke. This causes Valessa to chime in, voicing her concerns as well.
I don't know.
Yeah, something else is going on here. He's been acting strange for a while now. Is there something you need to tell us? I'll go with this one. I don't know what's going on right now. Join the club. It's not like we anticipated this. Come on, time to gear you up. He steps away for a few moments and inspects the ground around him. There's a brief period where I can't see him, but he returns with a blade. It glistens in the fire, staring at me with a piercing glaze.
Listen.
I don't care what's going on in that head of yours, but it's not more important than your survival. We are all overwhelmed. It's not only you. He holds out the blade, as if he's signaling me to take it. At this rate, it seems like fighting may be inevitable.
Hey.
Take it. We won't be standing here forever. As soon as we leave this alcove, we'll be vulnerable. I can't take care of you all the time, you know. I don't think I have any training, though, so...
No.
You must be mistaken. This wasn't an option. I can't keep an eye on the both of you in the heat of battle. Valessa has her daggers, and you need something as well. He grabs my hand and places the blade in my grasp. Firmly grasp it in your hand. He's strong enough that I know resisting was worthless. It's probably better not to fight, so I take it and nod.
Alright.
Now then, it's time to move. Seems like some of the noise has finally died down. We should start by investigating the town square. He walks off, expecting us to follow along. But as I'm about to take a step, Valessa grabs my arm. The look on her face tells me something is wrong.
Hey.
You're confused about all this, right? I bet you don't even know what your role in Valinor is, or how we've known each other our entire lives. I look at the ground in shame and confusion. She's completely right, my head is a mess. As I try to think of an excuse, her response surprises me. That's normal, but please listen. We only have a few moments before Ulrich notices we're not there. You're Valinor's seer. You wield spirits to induce prophetic visions. When you have these visions, you're unable to remember anything. When you wake up, you'll dismiss it as a dream and forget it ever happened. As your scribe, it's my job to help you and take advantage of this.
Well...
You have to follow Ulrich now, but know one thing. The way you're acting, I'm certain it's a vision. That means you can use it for information. She takes a few steps closer to me and grabs my hands. Staring right into my eyes, I noticed a glimmer of hope shining within her.
Okay.
I'm relieved. This means Valinor is still fine. When you wake up, use this vision to save everyone. It's your duty as seer to ensure this doesn't become real. That is kind of weird. Like, I mean, in the original one, it was a vision, but it's like having the character just straight say, oh, hey, this is a vision. Take note of this. But, yeah, this is kind of weird, but... I wonder if we'll get other visions, though. So, like, you know, other visions or whatever in the game that will affect, like, what choices or people we talk to or whatever. That could be... It could be interesting, depending on how it goes, I guess. She lets go of my hands and follows after Ulrich. Though it's hard to believe what she said, I'm less confused. I finally had a reason why I felt so disconnected. But if this was a vision, then what would become of Ulrich and Valessa? Would all this carnage be undone as soon as I woke up? What if they died, or what if I died in this vision? If you die in the Matrix, do you die in real life? I follow after Valessa, realizing I might never know, but a faint sense of determination rises up within me. If there was a chance I could stop this, I had to do it. Okay, I can fast forward the fade out. Oh, that's it. In the present day, the Triumvirate conspires with their Grand Inquisitor, for the events that lead to Valinor's destruction had yet to be set in motion. Sovi knelt before his master, the more eager to serve than he had ever been before.
Grand Inquisitor.
That's creepy. Rise, Sovi, but please assure us of your certainty. We'd hate to act without knowing everything.
Let's see.
I don't get to hear Sovi's sweet voice in this demo. Speaking lines, it's... disappoint. Let me see if I can do his voice still. The prisoner mentions Valinor over and over. The rebels are hiding something of importance there. Along with recent events, we can only surmise one thing. The Blade of Exodus? It's just like the Exodus from Major Minor. There's a character in Major Minor named Exodus who wields a gear sword, which is what that little sword is in the logo for the game, the title for the game. Now, I don't want to spoil anything, but Exodus is a very important character to Major Minor, specifically the ending of the game, I mean. So, if that is the same blade... The theory crafting that can come from this, oh my goodness. I'm intrigued now.
Yes.
I am almost certain. But if that's where they've chosen to hide it, it means that our other target is also there.
Good.
Your compliance pleases us, Sovi. Your plan was risky, but it worked out in the end. A final interrogation would influence our decision further.
What?
You'd have me interrogate the prisoner once more? If I may be so bold, to what end do you request this?
No.
Not you, Sovi. We want your apprentice to do this. It's time for him to prove his worth. Their voices echoed loudly through the darkened chambers. It mattered not which triumvirate spoke, for they were all of one mind. Okay then. Sovi gritted his teeth, almost unable to contain his anger. My apprentice? I've told you many times I want to work alone. It would be more efficient for me to do this myself.
What?
Insubordination? This is unbecoming of you, Sovi. We demand that you obey.
Listen.
The role of Grand Inquisitor can be very dangerous. If we were to lose you, a replacement would be necessary. You must train this replacement while you still breathe.
All right.
As you command. Sovi turned his back to the triumvirate and spotted his apprentice. He was standing by the door listening to their conversation. If he'd heard of Sovi's distaste for him, he showed no concern.
Hey.
Interrogation, huh? And what would you have me extract? I thought the prisoner was at his wit's end.
Well,
Anything to confirm our suspicions about Valinor. If you fail, I will not hesitate to punish you. Remember what we're on the verge of.
All right.
I understand, Master. I'll do my best to get what you need. What are the limits when it comes to my approach? Keep him alive, Hallen. Ooh, his eyes, they turn red. Red eyes take warning. I find that psychological pain is the most valid approach. He cares more for his rebel allies than he does for himself.
For the triumvirate.
Then I will threaten the rebellion's very core. I'm grateful to have this opportunity, Master. Things are starting to line up well for me.
Yes, I see.
You tend to do that when you have the Triumvirate's blessing. We should take care of him immediately and catch them unprepared. Every moment we waste is a moment they gain, Hallen. They leave the room together, talking amongst themselves. The Triumvirate waits until they're gone before speaking. A faint smile on their faces as age-old plans come to fruition. So it's finally going to happen, isn't it? What we've been waiting for all these years. Do you think we should tell Sophie our true plan? You know, I'm thinking I should have like 3 different voices for these guys to like simulate the different speaking triumvirates. In the prison. Hallen entered the prison cell without Sophie at his side. His master remained outside as suited display of trust. But it was evident to Hallen that no trust existed. The prisoner looked up, surprised to see a different face, yet within him was a slowly dwindling hope. Cut off from the rebellion, these would be his final days. So, someone different has finally come. What are you, the executioner or something? I figured it was only a matter of time.
Let's see.
Actually, Sophie has said to keep you alive. You seem to underestimate your value, Shane.
What?
Shane! Come back, Shane! I'm cracking all these references, and I don't know if like you guys are getting them or not. But this is from the movie Shane, about a cowboy. I had to read it in school. Well, it was a movie, and it was a book first, then a movie. Anyways, you think I'm important? That's not what I expected to hear.
Listen.
Don't take it the wrong way. You must not know what I meant. He knelt down in front of the prisoner. Looking Shane dead in the eyes, he smirked. You're important as a bargaining chip, and the fact that I must keep you alive is a curse. When I'm through with you, you'll beg for death.
Shane.
You see, I'm different from Sophie. He passed the bar, they no longer need to test him. But I'm in the position where results must happen. When we give you back, you'll be a broken man, and soon after, the foundation of the rebellion will crumble. You don't think we don't know that Demick is your leader?
Huh?
What? Shane's eyes shot wide open in utter shock. It seems Hallen's threats worked to great effect. You'd be stupid to think we don't have inside men. I could order Demick's execution in a matter of seconds. You don't value a life, but you value his. Ugh.
Good.
Good. Now I expect you to answer my questions. The Blade of Exodus, is it in Valinor Village? Another question I have. Do you like hurting people? Do you remember why you're here? And I forgot the other one. And who can wield it? Do they live there as well? And the one who can wield it, do they live there as well? Dun 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 dun. Oh, are we doing the thing from Major Minor where we keep skipping to like the subplot and back to the main plot? By the time we catch up with Ulrich, it's already too late. His large blade is in deadlock with one of the enemy soldiers. Felissa draws her daggers and I hold out my sword ready. We order you to cease your resistance. Those who support the rebellion must perish. To break the deadlock, Ulrich kicks his opponent in the gut. They stumble back and ready their blade with a flourish. It isn't much longer until they charge towards him again.
Hey.
Felissa, your dagger. Ulrich jumps out of the way and rolls towards us. Landing on his knees, he pries one of the daggers from her grip. Without even looking, he throws it behind himself. He closes his eyes and looks down at the ground. When he hears the impact of the dagger, his ears fold back. For a moment, it looks like he's actually sad. This was a killing done in the name of protection. There's no malice found in saving the lives of others. Spirits forgive my misdeeds. This is but one of many. For some reason, he didn't strike me as a pious man. But before I can think about this further, something else happens. Catching Felissa and I off guard, we're in complete disbelief.
Huh?
What? He notices a shocked expression on both our faces. Rising to his feet, it's not long before he wears the same shock. The enemy soldier fell as expected, but there was nothing inside. Scattered pieces of armor litter the ground. The cracked helmet rests there too, daggers still inside.
What?
What's going on? Ulrich, what are these things?
I don't know.
I don't know. Come closer, you two. This doesn't feel right. Empty suits of armor with a hatred for the rebellion?
Let's see.
Only those who've mastered the spirits could do this. I'm afraid this is much larger than we thought.
No.
That can't be true. The spirits are pure, and they aid us. Yeah, he sure looked like he wanted to help. That's not my only concern, though. Look at this. She scoffs as she steps towards the helmet. Kneeling down, she pulls the dagger out of it.
Hey,
Do you recognize these colors, Ulrich?
What?
No. Why would I?
the triumvirate.
Gold and white. The triumvirate standard. I never would have made a deduction, but... Only they could wield spirits in this fashion. Yeah, what is a triumvirate? Because I want to know. Our supposed protectors. To some, even the creators of Alestia. I have no idea why they'd want to do this to us.
Let's see.
That armored husk said something about the rebellion. They seem to think that Valnorth is part of them. Valessa, do you know anything about that?
I don't.
I don't. So much has changed lately. With our last elder gone, Milas has been in charge. Maybe he had something to tell us.
Well,
It's worth a shot. We can see if he's still alive. Protecting you is my goal, but now I want answers. If anyone knows about this, it would be him. To the elder's house, then? Yeah. I follow after Valessa and Ulrich. We walk along the circular road surrounding the water tank. I make note of it for later. It might help put out the flames. More suits of armor litter the ground. There's so many of them. It makes me feel a bit hopeful, like we stood a chance. The village wasn't defenseless. This was proof. Aren't you glad we waited now? If we rushed in head first, we'd be dead.
Wow.
Then where are the villagers' bodies? I only see suits of armor lying around. Oh, anybody who watched the demo? Yeah, remember what happened when Sophie killed Ulrich? I don't know if that's going to happen in this version, because this is my first time playing it, but in the demo, Sophie turns up and skewers Ulrich with his own gear sword and uses Ulrich's spirit to fill the suits of armor around him, so... Oh snap. That was a good question, actually. No blood, no signs of a major struggle. Not even a minor struggle. Only the fire and a glistening of the white armor.
good.
That's a good sign. Then they won and fled to safety. Are there any havens in Valinor? I'd say the Elder's house and the Grand Tree. The fire may not have reached either yet.
Whoa.
Wait, how many people can fit in the Grand Tree?
Let's see.
Hundreds easily.
No way.
Not as good of a sign as I thought. The enemy could be trying to round everyone up. Put them all in one place before killing them.
What?
That's dirty. But it works. We still don't know what they're after. It can't be genocide, it must be something else.
Let's see.
Does Valinor have anything the Triumvirate would want? Did a change in leadership bring anything with it? Like I said, we'd have to talk to Milas. But I doubt he'd be at the Grand Tree. They look at each other and then at me. I could tell Valessa was pushing towards Milas. But that's because she knew this was a vision.
Come on.
But what if there are people in the Grand Tree? Is Milas more important than all of them? It could be cold to let everyone die.
Ulrich?
Ulrich, this is larger than Valinor, especially if it involves a rebellion. Information could save entire villages.
Melissa.
Don't like what you're suggesting.
Come on.
Like it's any better than what you suggested. Using the people as pawns to buy his time. How's this any different? True. They fumate each other but realize it's a stupid argument. In the midst of this battle, nothing was black and white, though I find it odd that Ulrich switched viewpoints so fast. This is a matter of Valinor's future. Such things are under the jurisdiction of the Seer. I stand by his side, and you stand by both of ours.
Well,
That is, unless you want to abandon your job. But that wouldn't look good on your perfect record. I guess you can fight dirty too. I don't like this, but you have me by the throat. I can only hope that you make the right choice. He stares at me with a serious look on his face. Talk about putting me on the spot, but if this was my role, I had to fill the shoes.
listen.
What are you going to do? Let's go after Milas. I vowed to stop this attack. I need information. If anyone could give us that information, it would be Milas. He'd be able to shed light on the rebellion's involvement too.
Good.
Good. We're on the same page. We could use that information to help others. It'd be selfish to focus only on Valinor. I hope you two are certain about this. You're gambling with hundreds of lives. Ulrich did not understand this like we did, and we weren't about to waste time lecturing him. I was grateful that his job required following us. We continued in the same direction, heading to Milas' house. It didn't feel good to abandon others, but we had to do it. This was real. I'd use the future to cheat the present. Ah, but what if there's other seers? How would that work? If it probably just be a big game of what seer got what vision, and who could fox the other. And okay, we're jolting back and forth a lot here. It seems like. In the present day, Demick felt himself lost in thought. Using the tunnels under Mazio for solitude, he found peace. It was much to plan, but for once they had the upper hand. Velanorth, the Blade of Exodus. There must be something the spirits aren't telling us. Something we could use to take down the Triumvirate.
Let's see.
When I touched the blade, I saw our victory, but I'm not trained to interpret such things. I pray for the cooperation of Velanorth. That came off really awkward. One of his advisors approaches, careful not to startle him. When he realizes he's detected, he lets out a soft yawn. Another one of those sleepless nights, Demick. So Ulrich knows about the rebellion, then. That seems like... So is he, what, feigning ignorance in the vision? I can't blame you. It's been the same with me. Did I hear you say something about Velanorth?
Ulrich.
Yeah, I was thinking out loud. In Velanorth, there's a person who can peer into the future. That's why I had Pro bring the blade there last week. I'm not aware of their culture. But the seers use spirits, not a blade. Do you think it would be that easy?
I don't know.
Worth the gamble, isn't it? It's not my place to wield knowledge of the future. But the seers are experts. There should be an apostrophe S there. I mean, not apostrophe, it should be apostrophe after the S. Actually... No, it should just be S. Because I don't know what they're... Anyways, I'm sitting here... let me go in the grammar mode. Let me go into alt-right mode. Alt-right with a W. Anyways, condition from birth.
Well...
Pro has sent word that the current seer is Mal. His investigation is progressing slower than I'd like. We need to pick up the pace, and fast.
Okay.
Now that they have the blade, they're a target. The Triumvirate is likely planning the attack as we speak. That's why we decided to send in. That's why I've decided to send an experienced fighter. I guess that's me.
Yeah.
I had the mayor of Mezio write up a decree. It will allow you entry and the ability to complete what Pro started. On paper and to everyone else, it's a simple export. Only Milas knows the importance of this blade. All you have to do is deliver it from Velanorth back to me. That's with the seer. That is with the seer at your side, Ulrich. You seem to think that will be easy. It's not likely they know the truth of Velanorth. I can bring the seer, but they'll just decline.
Right.
Present yourself as a mercenary, not a rebel. Tell them a meeting of importance is happening in Mazio. We want their ability to help us on important decisions.
No way.
Dishonesty? Great way to start a partnership. Do you play Major Minor, Ulrich? Worked for us, don't you remember? Look at how invaluable you've become. Ulrich laughed and turned to look at the dark depths of the tunnels. At the moment, everything seemed bleak and uncertain. Having an ally cast light on the future would be a tremendous boon.
Let's see.
So this is it, isn't it? With the seer at our side, they can direct us. We can secure the victory that you witnessed.
Right.
I almost can't believe it, but it's true. Though I have to be honest with you, Ulrich. There's a reason why I'm sending you instead of asking Pro.
Huh?
And what's that?
Listen.
You may not be strong enough to face what's coming. It's not just a hunch that Velanorth will be attacked. In our victory, I saw its death and destruction.
Okay.
I see.
Ulrich.
So I ask that you protect the seer and his allies at all costs. And when you come across Pro, have him join you as well. I'll make sure to prepare an exquisite welcoming party.
Right.
What did you see exactly?
Nothing
you can't fight your way out of, but trust me, it will show them the truth. And when you get back, they'll be ready to fight.
Forgive me.
But promise you one thing and one thing only, that along the way the seer touches the blade. If he can wield it, then we have our greatest weapon. A lot of setting up going on here. Which I suppose is interesting. It's not like Major Minor words. We're on the train, then we're in the train station, then we're in a limo. Then it's kind of just like there's enough information being traded to make me go, We enter Milas's. Oh, we're back in the dream. We're back in the Inception dream. We enter Milas's house and immediately spread out. After a few moments, it's evident nobody's here. Ulrich sighs, but Valessa isn't ready to give up.
I don't know.
I don't know what you expected. You think the Elder would just stay here? I assume he's in the Grand Tree as well. No, there has to be something here. It's not for him. It's not him. But there's books as well. He must have some kind of record.
What?
Record of what exactly?
Ulrich,
Ulrich, the Triumvirate is burning down Valinor. They seem to think we're caught up with the rebels. Thinking the Elder is clueless? That's stupid. She walks over to a large window and looks outside. We're all relieved the flames hasn't reached us yet. Looking through some papers, she whispers to herself.
Come on.
Come on, Milas, give us something. You're smarter than this, I know it. Shipping manifest, anything? With renewed determination, Ulrich examines the large table. He shuffles papers aside and flips through the books. It's almost like he's in a rush to find something first.
Come on.
None of this is helping, Valessa. It's everything you'd expect to find.
But
There must be something here. Come on, Seer, give us a hand. I walk over to the bookshelf and see what I can find. It seems to be full of books about the spirit realm in Valinor. Somehow I don't think either of these subjects will help. Eventually I come across a book about the rebellion. I doubt it's what we need, but I decide to take a look. As I open it up, a piece of paper falls out. Milas's notes. Recently, the Rebel Alliance has reached out to me. At first I pushed them away, thinking them little more than a rogue group of bandits. But they said they knew the truth about my father. How could they know? In my situation, it was hard to resist temptation. I had asked them exactly what they knew. The truth has shocked me, and I have yet to tell anyone. I might take it to my grave. It's not the truth I expected, but it did shake me to my core. My father was in the middle of an important task. As his son, I felt it was my duty to help finish it. I have no hatred for the Triumvirate. This is simply a matter of familiar ties. Were anybody else posed with such a situation, I doubt their actions would differ from mine. It doesn't seem too difficult either. They've given me a blade and tasked me with protecting it. In the next little while, they'll send an envoy to pick it up. At that point, I'm to send someone special with them. I must keep their name secret so no one finds out. This envoy, however, will be coming any day. I can't wait to meet him. I've been told that he knew my father, and he would have all manners of story to tell. This is it. This is what we needed. I call over Ulrich and Valessa, showing them what I found. Ulrich seems tensed up and even a little anxious. So Milas was working with the rebellion. Apparently he was sheltering a blade? Could that be why they attacked us?
Listen.
Doing all this for a blade? Let's be realistic, Valessa. It must have been very important. I'm assuming Milas took it with him. I don't see any blades lying around here.
Ulrich,
But about this envoy he mentioned? And this supposed special person? Ulrich, why did you lie to us? It's true. Anybody would have figured it out by now. He seems to admit defeat and closes his eyes, almost like he didn't want to see us as he spoke.
Well,
We didn't think you'd come if you knew. I tried to hide it, but I guess there's no point anymore. After seeing this attack, I need to request your help.
listen.
This is far from the first village they'll raise. They're up to something much bigger. That's why you wanted to come here, right?
right.
Yeah, you're right. There's still little time to argue and no one else to go. It looks like you got what you needed, Ulrich. Let's head back to the Grand Tree. There might still be time. We all nod, acknowledging an unspoken truth. Ulrich didn't care about those in the Grand Tree. He only knew that coming here would blow his cover. But I knew that information would be a huge advantage. We had a probable cause for their attack and knew Milas' secret. We head back to the town square and filled with hope. The flames have spread, but it's not too bad. It burns a little when I breathe and my lungs tingle. I'll have to make sure I didn't inhale too much. There's one thing I can't seem to get off my mind. This blade, or whatever it was it worth all this? Destroying an entire culture over something so simple?
Forgive me.
Sorry, I can't see all that well. You two will have to lead the way. I'm not as familiar with the surroundings. We crouch and make our way through Valinor. I have a rising urge to cough, but I try and hold it back. We wouldn't want to make this far and get caught. The water tank is cracking and leaking its contents. A small stream trickles down through the village. This would be the best tool to hinder the flames. This isn't right, not at all. Where is everyone, Ulrich? There's not a single body.
Well,
Like I said, they could be at the Grand Tree. It's isolated far away from here. I'm willing to bet the flames won't reach it.
No.
It doesn't make any sense, though. Think about it for a second. In that alcove, we heard screams.
Ulrich.
The people of Valinor were dying. Not only burning, but getting attacked. There should be bodies all over the place. She was right. It bothered me as well. The current scene didn't match what we'd heard. Was it possible for visions to warp this way?
Huh?
What are you suggesting, Valessa? Do you think they stole the bodies?
No.
If they did, there'd be blood. There's nothing here, not even a trace. It doesn't make any sense, Ulrich.
right.
Let's say you're right for argument's sake. Why is it more important than going to the Grand Tree? Talking about it only seems to be wasting time.
But
There might not be anybody at the Grand Tree. I don't think we know what we're up against. We should cut our losses and run, Ulrich.
Come on.
Need to make up your mind, Valessa. Running back and forth would get us all killed. Are we going to the Grand Tree or not? It's true, she was changing her mind too fast. At the moment, she seems to value our survival. Could she be starting to doubt this is a vision? All we had to go on was her word. I only believed her because it made sense at the time. How could I gather information if we lead Val north?
Let's see.
If we want to leave, then we're going to Peregrino. It'll be the first place for survivors to flee. If Miles is there, he can tell us about this attack. It's a good enough plan of an action, and we nod to one another. But as we continue the move, everything changes. A laugh from atop that water tank, almost maniacal.
You fool.
Such loyalty to the man who condemned you all. If you want to know where Miles is, I'd love to show you. I can even reunite you with the rest of the villagers. We stop on our tracks and look up the water tank. A man of pure black stand there. See, this is why you need proofreaders. Gripping a large blade. It's white and gold, with the majesty embellished by the flames. It reminds me of the suits of armor we fought earlier. I have no doubt that there was some sort of relation. We must be looking at the man responsible for this. He jumps down from the water tank and lands with a roll. As he stands up, he grips the blade with a large snarl. I take a few steps back, ensuring that Ulrich remains in the front.
Insolent!
What a pitiful little village. It's no fun when they don't put up a fight. Did you know what they did in their final moments? They called out to you, Sia. They wanted your help, and you let them down. I guess the stories I heard about you were wrong. Sylvie, you already have the blade. Let us leave and we can resolve this peacefully.
Never.
No survivors. Don't remember the rule? Like a garden, we have to pluck all the weeds.
What?
Is that all these people are to you? Sophie, they have a culture and history.
Yes, I see.
Yes, but it's not theirs that I'm interested in. In fact, I'm only here to claim the seer's soul. Everything else was just for fun. For sport. This becomes personal, as they seem to know each other. They both worked for opposing forces. I'm sure they fought before. It's like it means that he likens killing the villagers as a sport.
No
You don't mean.
Pathetic.
My orders had nothing to do with burning down this village. I wasn't supposed to kill anyone unless I had to, either. But you know, my apprentice isn't very fun to train with.
What did you say?
Disgusting. Felissa, take the seer and run. I'll catch up with you at Peregrino. Ulrich pulls out his blade and assumes a fighting stance. Sophie does the same, and their eyes meet in deadlock. I look at Felissa, and we nod before starting the run. Unfortunately, we don't make it very far. We hear Ulrich scream and turn back to look. Sophie stands there smirking, his blade deep in Ulrich's abdomen. Where do you think you're going, you two? It'd be rude to leave before I'm done with you. Watch, and you'll see why you can never win. With a grin on his face, he twists the blade inside Ulrich. Defying all possibility, the gear on the blade's base starts to spin. Soon after, everything is engulfed in a blinding white light. Please, run! We hear Ulrich's final words as the light subsides. When everything is back to normal, he's completely gone. No blood, no body, just Sophie standing there with pride.
What?
What? What did you do?
You fool.
I put his spirit to good use, like I planned to do with your little friend. He points behind us and we turn to look. The scattered pieces of armor on the ground start to move. They assemble, forming bodies that move in a slow, stiff fashion. But after a few moments, the movements become more natural. It isn't much longer until an army of automatons blocks our path. There's nowhere to go. Sophie blocked the other side.
No
You're
way.
using the spirits to power that armor? Does that mean we've been fighting our own? Now you finally understand. The force of life itself bends to the triumvirate. There's no way you could hope to stop us. He takes slow steps towards me, holding out his blade, and I finally understand why it was so important to the triumvirate. They could command an army of spirits by possessing it.
For the triumvirate.
As soon as I harvest the seer soul, I'll leave. Valessa, if you behave, I might even let you go. Visit the rebels, tell them what's coming. That's it. If he attacked me, this vision would end. I was armed with all the information needed to counter this attack. The true purpose, the major players, and even the nature of the blade. He was so certain of his victory, he had no idea. I took a step forward, embracing what is to come. when the future came for Valnorth, we would be ready. He thrusts a blade inside of me with a little effort. The pain is so intense, but I'm overcome with hope. As my vision fades, I find the strength to say one final thing.
Huh?
I would probably say this, because I'm not ruling out the possibility that there's other people who can see what's going on, or potentially see what's going on. I mean, I know it's only a demo, but if I was playing the full game, this would be my train of thought. Choo choo. Sorry, Valnorth will never. Let me try that again. Sylvie Valnorth will never fall to you. Oh, is that it? Is that the final words I get to say? Oh, that was it? Oh. I like the plottage that's going on, but I feel like this demo kind of... He should really do another demo that includes the exploration elements, because that's what I really liked about the first demo, was that you could click around a room and explore. You could go to... You saw a map of all the places you can go to. I think a better way to frame it would have been like the first demo, where you have the opening, you have the Village in Flames as the opening, and then Valessa wakes up, and she ends up visiting Pro at a tavern, and then she tells Pro about her vision, or about her dream, or whatever. So, I think that would have been better. So, really, if you want the full, like, here's what you'll get in Winds of Change, I would recommend playing the first demo that came out, and then playing this one, or checking out the first demo, which I'll link in the description below, and this demo, to really get like the full, this is what you can expect in this game package. But as it stands, I'm interested. I think we got something interesting going on. I think for the intro, though, we should have something a little bit more than just talking. I think it would have been cool, like if you're in Milos' place, to be able to, like, that would have been a good place to show that you can point and click to look for the stuff instead of just having everything be on autopilot. And so that's something I would recommend. Clay seems really excited to show this game off, so as a final word of caution, I would say don't be so excited to get everything out that you don't take the time to make sure everything is finely polished. Don't make the same mistake that Scott Cawthon did with his FNAF games. He loves getting his stuff out and showing what he's made to his fans and sharing the worlds that he creates, but as we saw with FNAF World, he's a little too hasty. So, just be wary of that. But hey, I can't wait for this game to drop in 2018. It sounds like it's going to be good. So, I'm Razzle Joestar. Thank you all for watching. If you want to see more furry nonsense, remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. My name is Razzle My name is Razzle Joestar, and I'll see you in the next video. And see, kids, this is why you make sure to do videos frequently, because you'll flub up your own outros. Alrighty. Take care, everybody. I'll see you next time.